Okay. So even though I'm still seeing the progress bar, we should already be live. I'm just waiting for the progress bar to finish anyways. And then I will come over here to check my studio and I see ourselves. Yeah, it's working. Awesome.
Awesome.
Perfect. So, Luis, while I'm sipping my coffee, let's have you open this session. Let us know, how are you today?
Fantastic. Thank you, Timo. Welcome to GYMSTREET AMA session. Welcome. We know that we are building a prime financial district in the metaverse, and we are here today to also enlighten you about this place that we are talking about. This is the place where you have an opportunity. Let me say, this is a place to be. If you are a blockchain enthusiast, this is a place to be. If you are, or if you're aspiring to be a land parcel or virtual land owner, this is a place to be. And if you are looking out to be a virtual miner in the blockchain space, this is a place to be. So with GYMSTREET, as you all know, you have an opportunity to level up your virtual land portfolio and also reap the rewards. So what are you waiting for? Get started with us now. And my name is Luis. Every Friday, we host AMA sessions to keep you informed, educated, updated, enlightened about GYMSTREET, the blockchain technology, which is the metaverse. And we are covering this topic, which is one of the hottest topic of the prime financial district technology in the metaverse, which is GYMSTREET. And our goal is to work on onboarding over 1 million people into this metaverse ecosystem. So as you all know and are aware of what has been happening, if you don't know, it's okay. Before I hand over to Timo, as you all know, even if you don't know, all right, there is a company called by there's a company, Kielgel's company, whereby we've read the news. They bought over 2.5 million of land in Decentraland. Okay, so meaning that they bought one of the several popular
Something's happening with your connection here. I'm afraid we're just losing you, man.
Oh, you lost me.
Now I found you. You're back again.
Oh, sorry.
They just talked about that $2.5 million metaverse deal, you know, that has happened there.
Yes. So now my point is, if you look at the prices, they have gone up in the few months, have gone up by 400 to 500% in the last few months. Okay. And also another hot metaverse world in the sandbox, where German virtual real estate development company, they spent over $4.3 million just on the virtual land. So ladies and gentlemen, here with GYMSTREET, you have an opportunity also to be a virtual land owner within the metaverse, and you have that opportunity at a very, very good entry point. As a pioneer, we know that this is a discovery phase of the metaverse. So you have the opportunity right now not to spend millions of dollars in purchasing the land parcel, but you have an opportunity to spend as much as you can from as little as you can. But with GYMSTREET here, you have an opportunity to become a pioneer of this industry. Timo, I'm so excited because we have so much that is taking place and happening within the ecosystem of GYMSTREET. And we had recently some listing of one of the tokens that are within the ecosystem of GYMSTREET. And we have so many things that are taking place behind the scenes. Let's talk about firstly about this listing with this one of the biggest, one of the big crypto exchanges in the world. Timo.
All right, man. I was just wondering, how did you say that? You know what you don't know, but you know what I mean, that I know that you don't know what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, that was just so much fun. Sorry about that. And I had to repeat that one more time. And it also gets me quite excited to hear these kind of things, companies purchasing virtual land for millions of dollars. I mean, we're also showing this if you are watching one of our recent recordings when we did the starter webinars, right, for beginners. There's also this one slide where we show these examples that are talking about exactly that. And it just proves, the fact that we are up to something here. Those are just the guys who are getting, the trend, who understand what we're up to here, what's going to come in the future. Doesn't mean it's going to happen next year, maybe not even 2 years, but let's say 3, 4, 5 years down the road, and it doesn't have to be VR. We have recently, started talking about AR as well, which is augmented reality, meaning you take your phone, like this, and you look at your phone screen while the camera is on, so you see what's in front of you, but on your display. So you can look at a building, for example, and our app would then project like your virtual metaverse building into the real world that's in front of you using your phone. So there's lots of, technology that's currently still in the, as you said, discovery phase, but it's sure, it's sure worth getting excited about. That's something. When I hear you talk about like $1 million, spending, of course, Decentraland, the sandbox, they've been around for a while. They've, made their way to the most, to the top, so to speak, becoming the most popular metaverses out there, which doesn't mean, that there can't be others. There are many others, and GYMSTREET's going to be one of these other metaverses, whereas we are also serving a specific niche, which also is one of the things where I think which convinces me that we will do our thing. We will become successful with what we're doing here because of the fact that we are serving that specific niche, which is not there yet. So we hear people, come up to us that, I've heard about Metaverse, but what you're doing, creating the first financial district in the Metaverse, this is something I really haven't heard about yet. And I think in that perspective, even though Metaverse is nothing new, but serving that specific niche, what we're about to build here, we are pioneers in that field. And what also comes to mind now, these companies spend millions, just to get the land. Who's getting them their buildings? Who is designing, who is creating, crafting their virtual buildings to represent their brands, and be it the sandbox, be it Decentraland? Do they need to hire yet someone else, and pay them extra such that, they can put their virtual branch building there in the metaverse, on their virtual land? If they come to us, our business partners, they get their own individual, uniquely designed building made for them by our metaverse experts over at ImmersiveX, which happens to be a professional visual effects company from the movie business, right? So there are many things, many factors where I believe we are very much competitive. We just have to, keep working, keep showing up, keep building, keep growing with our community to reach that level where we will also be taken seriously by the others around us whom we are, competing with. But I'm certain that the day will come. But now let's go over here to my PowerPoint and find my Zoom again. So where's the share screen button? There you go. So this is every Friday, 1400 UTC. Here we are. And this is what you just talked about, right? The most recent exchange listing that we've done with Bitmart. So this is now the third centralized exchange that we are listed on. As you know, there's PancakeSwap, the decentralized exchange on the BNB Smart Chain, where GYMSTREET's also operating on regarding the smart contracts, right, that are running the show behind the scenes on the technical level. Everything is smart contract driven here, again, which makes it a unique project, compared to, if you could even compare it to any other project out there, as we just talked about. I don't think that's even possible, right? So But we also understand, for one thing, not everyone is super familiar, with decentralized apps and using decentralized exchanges to swap their tokens and so on. And apart from that, even if they may still prefer using the traditional way, the centralized exchanges, because they do have some advantages, like, you can easily place limit orders, stop orders, and so on, if this is what you want to do. So when it comes to trading, using those exchanges might be the better choice. Therefore, it makes sense to also be listed, not only for that, but of course to get more exposure, because every time we get listed on yet another exchange, it means that we also get exposed to the users that already are on that exchange. They see that message, new token, GYMNet, listed, the other day on the 10th of May, it was 2 days ago when we got listed there on Bitmart, and everyone sees it. When they log in to Bitmart, they get that pop-up message, oh, there's a new token, let's check it out. They see, oh, Gym Network, GYMSTREET, Metaverse, what's behind that? And even if it's only a few, some people will get interested in it. They will start doing their research, and that's bit by bit, how you get more and more exposure, more and more awareness, besides the fact, of course, that we're utilizing our integrated affiliate system as our main model, to grow as a community. Now, since we just mentioned that, but before we go on to the affiliate part, let's bring over the browser here that I had prepared actually already. I just need to, where is that again? Bitmart. I had it already. So here we are. So this is on Bitmart, right here, you can see it. When you come here, there you have the GYMNet USDT trading pair that's active since the 10th of May. You were able to make your deposit 2 days prior to that. And since yesterday, you can also make withdrawals. And as you can see here, some activities already going on here since we've been listed on Bitmart. But what I would also like to point out here is this, that look, if you come to CoinMarketCap to check out, wait a second, let me scroll up here a little bit. It keeps jumping down. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you, the Gym Network markets, right? So GYMNet token is listed as a Gym Network still here on CoinMarketCap. And you can see that in total, there are now 6 trading pairs listed here, 2 on PancakeSwap. You can use BUSD or BNB there. Then there's LBank and Bitmart with USDT. And on XT, you also have the choice between USDT and BNB trading pairs, for our GYMNet token. So these are the 3 centralized exchanges. LBank, that was the first one where we got listed, then followed by XT. Now there's also Bitmart. And of course, you still have the opportunity to use PancakeSwap. Now, let's come back here and move on to the affiliate part. Just to remind you, we already had this on last week, so we will not go into too much detail here yet again. Just to remind you that those of you who are active as affiliates here at GYMSTREET, you still have the chance to earn 10% extra commission on top of your regular 10% direct sales commission that you get anyways, on your direct sales. So this is for every direct referred partner that you sign up yourself. This is not, team building. So if your referred partners were to sign up someone else, that's when you build a team structure. Of course, the series affiliates, this is exactly what they do. However, the 10% extra, that's for those whom everyone signs up directly. And then there are also the higher cash bonuses. But then again, let's come back here, because I think the best way to show this, and I still have this in the Japanese mode, so is to come here live to our dashboard. So as you know, there's the commissions. Normally, you receive your affiliate commissions in BUSD because that's how the purchases are also made. If someone were to come here, one of your referred members, they purchase a super bundle, for example, and they pay in BUSD. So that's how you also receive your commissions in BUSD. But directly referred partners, you get the 10% extra commission that's paid in GYMNet right here. And you will find that here, of course. And then you can always come here to claim your commissions whenever you would like to do so. And the other part is we need to jump here into the partner area, to the leadership incentives, what we just talked about. So for another 23 days, oh, by the way, the 10% extra commission that we just talked about, that's still available until the end of May. Going into the first days of June, until the 4th of June, right here, 23 days from now, there's the countdown timer here in the leadership incentives. You still have the chance, if you reach either gold, platinum, or diamond leadership pins, to get higher cash bonuses than usual. So for the gold, normally that's 1,500. Now you're getting 2,300. For platinum, instead of the regular 3,000, you now get $4,500 in cash bonus. And for the diamond pin that you get by reaching $350,000 in team revenue, plus you need to build at least 3 partners within your own team structure that have reached and help them reach the platinum award. That's when you get a $10,000 cash bonus instead of the diamond trip that you would normally get here. Now, here's the catch, Luis. What if you could get both? Would that be exciting for you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a bonus.
Right? So now during this promotion period, you actually have the chance, if you are going to reach the diamond award within the next 23 days, you will not be invited on a diamond trip, but you will get the $10,000 cash bonus. However, there is still the chance to also be invited on a trip here. How is that? Let's come back to the main area, because that part has been implemented right here. Let's have a look at our free incentives affiliate competition that's still going on during May and June, right? So within this time period, again, here is a day counter that shows you exactly for how long this competition is still going on, right? You have the chance to win a free R10 super bundle. That's one thing. Plus, you can also win a trip to our offices over in Dubai and in Yerevan, which is in Armenia. That's where our development office is located. So you can actually get to know our development team personally. Plus, you can visit us in Dubai and have a good time all together with everyone else, of course. And we talked about this thoroughly last week already, Luis, right? How your net work determines your net worth, right? And that's exactly it. So there will be a few people who will be able to achieve these goals to make $200,000 in team revenue until the end of June that will be invited to come on that trip. And those are the high achievers, you know, the top level affiliates within our, from our affiliate partners within GYMSTREET. And you will then have the chance, if you're among those, to together with all the other top achievers. And when, you know, great successful people gather together, that's when great things, you know, are being accomplished, when great ideas are formed, and so on. That's why we like to mention that. And now you currently still have the chance to get both the $10,000 cash bonus, as we've just seen in the leadership incentives, which is still available until the 4th of June. So for another 23 days, plus at the same time, when that's maybe already included there and you make that $200,000 team revenue within the next 48 days and 20 hours, you will also be able to still be invited on a trip, right? So that's for that part, which would have been this slide, but we have already looked at that right in the dashboard. Now, there's one more thing that I would like to give you a sneak preview that we are going to reveal here exclusively in this AMA session, just to give you yet another reason why, you know, even though it may seem repetitive sometimes, but we are also going to release exclusive content here in the AMAs, even before we post it into our Telegram channels and the groups. And that's the next business partnership that we've established here. And that's, we have partnered with Best Crypto Stuff. And this is a fashion company that has agreed to create an exclusive collection for GYMSTREET, the exclusive GYMSTREET Metaverse collection that's now available for every one of you who would like to showcase, you know, that, hey, I'm a part of the first financial district in the Metaverse. Here, look at my cool shirt. That's what it's all about, right? And here, these are just some examples that we can see here. These guys already wearing the shirts with the designs. I particularly like this one because I'm a great fan of the Back to the Future movie series, right? And here you have Marty McFly, you know, in his cool red jacket there, and the letter design of Back to the Future, but this is actually our GYMSTREET design. In the background, you can see the miner there and so on. So this is really something that we are particularly proud about and excited about, that we're now able, you know, to serve you with our own GYMSTREET Metaverse collection, which will be released here tomorrow in the Telegram groups. And just so you know, be prepared that there's also going to be an exclusive coupon code that will be available for the first 1 or 2 weeks, where you still get, you know, a few % off your orders to get your first own Metaverse shirt. All right, guys. So that's basically it, you know, from our end. I see Alberto has also joined us meanwhile. And I would now love to hand it over to you, Alberto, to see what's going on in the markets. If there's anything that you would like to talk about that you might, you know, think is worthwhile for our community to hear from you.
Hello.
Yep.
Hello there.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. So, yeah. Hello. I hope everybody's doing fine. So as you know, last week we did a rundown on you know, what was happening with banks and with interest rates and all that. And I don't know, maybe this week one thing that we could cover is correlations. And I heard something, some analysis this week that I think is interesting. So let's begin by saying that, of course, there's a very strong correlation between markets, traditional markets like the stock exchange, you know, the stocks basically that, you know, Coca-Cola, or even more with the tech companies like Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Tesla, and the like. There's a strong correlation between these companies and the crypto companies. So like for instance, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and projects like Gymnet. So there's strong correlation between them. So when one goes up, the other one goes up. When one goes down, the other one goes down, right? So having said that, I think it's interesting to look into. There's some works going, so maybe the noise is a bit annoying, but yeah. So having said that, I think it's interesting to see what could happen with these markets, right? So we can then understand what could happen with the crypto market. And one interesting analysis I came across this week is one that finds the average of companies at 19 times earnings. What this means is that the companies are trading on average at 19 times the money that they are earning. So they earned this year 100. They are trading at 19 times that, divided by the amount of stock, amount of shares that exist. So it's basically a valuation of what are the stocks trading at, and this valuation of 19 times in this case, is it high or is it low, right? Because if it's very high, you may think, okay, if it's very high, then it should go down, and if it goes down, that means that stocks will go down, and if stocks go down, and then crypto goes down. Okay, so that's basically the idea. So 19 times earning, is that high? Is that low? Well, this depends on whether you are counting on very high interest rates or very low interest rates. Having arrived to this point, I think it's interesting, you know, that last week we talked about interest rates, because as you see, everything is connected. So at this point, with interest rates at 5%, 19 times earnings is a lot. So it's really high, and it shouldn't be this high. But the market is not expecting, of course, that the rates are going to be at 5%. If you remember last week, we were talking about the rates being at 5%, but also the potential for them not to be at 5% for very much longer. And therefore, you know, the market was expecting that the rates will come down. And if they come down, of course, then the risk assets will go up, like stocks, like crypto, right? Like Gymnet. And yeah, so basically the market is discounting that the rates are going to go down, and this is why the stocks are trading at 19 times earnings. But yeah, so in here, there's always, you know, two scenarios. If the market is right, and the market is the market is having this 19 times earnings and is right because the rates are not going to be this high for long, then good, but not awesome, right? Because what this means is that there's not a lot of upside, from here, because the market is already discounting that the rates are going to go down. So if they eventually go down, well, this is good, but it's not a crazy good surprise. Therefore, there's upside, but not a crazy upside. However, on the other side, there's a bit of risk, right? Because if this doesn't end up happening, right? If the expectations are for the rates to go down and they don't go down, right, in the short term, then this could be a surprise, negative one in this case, and in this case, of course, the market should come down. So this is of course bad news if it happens. But getting back to the correlation, there's a different so the correlation between Bitcoin, because it's the major asset, and the stock exchange is not always high. Correlations move between -1 and 1. So if it's -1, for instance, if the market goes up, Bitcoin goes down by 1, by the same. And if it's 1, if one goes up, the other one goes up by the same amount. If the correlation is 0, they basically move either way, right? They're not related to each other. So what we've seen with the case of correlations between these two assets, crypto and the stocks, is that this correlation is very high when the market is bearish, when the market is going down or is going sideways. So if the market is not going anywhere, there's a big correlation between these two assets. What this means is that if the market is going down and the stock market is going down, then the correlation with with the market becomes higher, and then as the market continues to go down, the crypto market goes lower. Also, if it's not going anywhere, if it's going sideways, if it's going up 5%, down 5%, stays in that sideways, then it becomes more correlated also with the stock exchange, with the stock exchange. But there's one time, or there's one moment when the crypto market is not correlated with the traditional market, with the stock exchange, and that is when the crypto market is going up. So this leaves us with two marked scenarios. The first one would be, okay, there is a discounting by the market now of rates going down. If they eventually go down quickly, let's say, it will be good, but it will not be massively good. If it doesn't happen and they continue to stay up, and they don't move down in the short term, then this could be a negative surprise. Of course, short term and long term, it's difficult to define. Is this like 5 months, 2 months, 6 months? Now, the other thing is, if this happens before the bull run in the crypto market happens, then it could be very negative for the crypto market. If it happens when the bull run in the crypto market has already happened, it doesn't matter, because when the crypto market is going up, there's not a lot of correlation with the stock exchange. So yeah, I think this is one picture that we can paint today, and it will move a lot, of course. But looking at the market, looking at the stocks, looking at the level that trading at, looking at the rates, this is one scenario that we can paint. It doesn't tell us exactly what's going to happen, of course, because nothing will. But it tells us that well, it's still a situation where the market is very much waiting for the rates to see what happens with them, and depending on what happens with the rates, then we will see one thing happen or a different one. And yeah, and regardless, if the crypto market starts to go up, which as you know, sometimes does for no reason, or because it's just time, and as you know, it's been 2 years of bear market already, it could be around the corner, then this will not be so much impacted by the traditional market. So yeah, this is one analysis that we can make today. It's good to learn about correlations, I guess. That would be my take.
That was quite interesting. I may have missed the last bits. I have to confess, I was looking at the YouTube chat here on the side, So Crypto News is asking, can we win some lands today? Unfortunately, not during the AMA. So the land raffle takes place during our live webinars. The English one, for example, that's on Wednesdays, 1 p.m. UTC time. You can join us there every week during the live webinar, and that's where we will raffle some lands. So if you're eager to win a free land parcel in the GYMSTREET Metaverse, just join one or more of our live webinars that we host here every week. All right, that's about that question right here. Other than that, of course, great to see you guys here. Jose from Latin America. He's becoming like one of our most regular viewers here at these live AMA session. Crypto News from Berlin. Well, that's great. Say hi to my hometown. I actually I was born and I grew up in Berlin. Just as a side note, if everyone's interested, anyone would be interested in that. So yeah. Alberto, that was very, very interesting, and I think this is also a great way to engage, to get our community more engaged, to share that kind of valuable content, some insights apart from what we are doing, but which is also related to what we're doing here, since we are creating the first financial district in the metaverse. Maybe one more thought. Regarding correlation, this week during the live webinars, again, I talked about the buy and burn mechanism like you did the previous weeks also when you joined us live there, Alberto. And I was just thinking, okay, the correlation, yes, it's there and you can sure see it, especially during these current conditions that we're in right now. So me personally, I have to admit, I'm still more in the FUD camp, like we may see some further downside. So from the people that I listen to, the articles that I read, but sometimes you may also be biased, because of this, like, if you have a certain idea or expectation, you tend to seek confirmation, and instead of keeping an open mind. But in regards to, following the market, which is with what's happening there, I've also heard, people say that you should always stay open-minded and be able to quickly, switch places or opinions in accordance to what you see that's happening, and like read what's happening and then react, rather than have an opinion and seek confirmation. Again, back to GYMNet token and the buy and burn mechanism. Would you say that GYMNet is also correlated with the overall, what's happening in the markets? Or could we, to a certain extent, say that we're somewhat, doing our own thing, since this is more of a community token, and the people, who are earning GYMNet rewards, those are the ones that are, that have bought virtual land and miners, and they bought into our idea, the vision, to create the first financial district in the metaverse. And we also know that we have that, buy and burn mechanism working in our favor, creating that constant buy pressure, which you have talked about in the past weeks. So how would you relate this in particular to what you just said here about the correlations?
Yes, so short term, of course, it is related, even if we don't have a lot of history, right? Because you can see, that the GYMNet token has been impacted in the short term, at least, when the market has been going down massively, and people need liquidity, then they get out of everything, So in the short term, it's been impacted. In mid-term, of course, I maybe not so much, or probably not so much, because of these other dynamics, right? Because the people in GYMNet, they have a constant flow of GYMNet that comes from mining. They also they also find different avenues where they can put this GYMNet in order to gain more return from it. So this, of course, creates a situation where, okay, you may sell the token to gain liquidity, or you may invest the token to gain liquidity, right? So there are two ways, two ways to get to the same result. Of course, if you sell the token, then there's no more liquidity. But if you invest the token, then you will be able to earn more liquidity in the long term. So this doesn't mean that everybody is going to invest the token and nobody is going to sell, but it gives the user, of course, the option to do so, and this doesn't happen, in many other assets. So this already kills a bit of that correlation. Again, as I said, for an in-depth analysis of correlation, you need more than 1.5 to 2 years of history, because it's not long enough. I mean, like the GMNet token hasn't been through a complete cycle, so it's difficult to see how it is impacted. But well, of course, when there's very good news, everything pumps, and then when there's bad news, everything dumps. But yes, what you want to know is what happens in those meantime, right? Because it's where most of the return is happening. And in looking at this, it's not so much what the market says, but more like what the project is doing. Like, for instance, when there's been these updates, from 1.5 to 2.0 and others, we've seen massive movements in the price that were not related to the market whatsoever. Like, I think the market at that time was a bit flat, and in both times the token did very well. So yeah, it's not really correlated to the market. Of course, it feels those ups and downs a bit in the short term, but in the midterm, you cannot really see a correlation. It's all over the place.
All right. Thank you for your thoughts on that. Okay, so I would say that with this interesting roundup from Alberto, Luis, let's wrap it up then for today and leave our community into a great weekend. What would you say?
Absolutely. Thank you, Timo. Thank you, Alberto, for the market insights and what's happening there. All I can say today is I was thinking while Alberto was talking about the top brands that have successfully navigated their way into the metaverse. And we witnessed their success stories, companies like Nike, Coca-Cola, Adidas, Gucci, and so much more companies that have navigated their way into the metaverse, and how they have leveraged the metaverse to connect with the customers and create, not just connect with the consumers, but also to create an innovative experience. We are looking at GYMSTREET here. We have, with GYMSTREET here, you will find something for everyone. It's not just for a specific company or a certain, but you can find something for everyone, whether you are looking to be a virtual land owner, either to trade the land parcels and so forth, or you are looking at becoming a virtual miner, or you want to build your own digital office or virtual office and so forth. You are at the right place and at the right time. So with the case studies that we have so far globally, when we're looking at the metaverse right now, we have a strong foundation to show us that this technology is just here to enrich you as a user and everyone else. So with GYMSTREET, you have that opportunity not only just to be a landowner or whatever, but also you have the opportunity, as I've already said, to trade these virtual properties in the metaverse. And also, if you have a company or if you are your own brand, to bring your brand in the virtual world. And not only that, also to build your own office or your office park or your company and so forth. This is what I wanted to say, Timo, is that people might be saying, what can I build to generate revenue in this new technology? The only limits to what you can do or what you can build within the metaverse is in your imagination. Here, there are many opportunities that you can explore in order for you to create streams to generate revenue, not only by becoming a virtual miner. You have a number of opportunities that we have already spoken about, whereby as a land developer, a virtual land developer, and making that income where you develop whatever you want to develop. It can be your conference area, it can be an event center, it can be an office, it can be all that, and sell them in our marketplace. Remember, we are going to have the marketplace. So with that being said, we have so much in place for all of us to generate a stream of revenue, all of us. So ladies and gentlemen, with GYMSTREET, you might be saying, okay, I can be able to trade my land passes, NFTs in your NFT marketplace that is coming. And not only that, you might be asking yourself a question, right? To say, okay, I will make this money in the metaverse. I will be able to create streams of income in the metaverse. How will I really use that digital asset in my real world, right? You might be asking yourself that question to say, how will I use this digital asset that I've generated in the virtual world? We have an amazing a product that is amazing within GYMSTREET, which is Cash FT, a debit card whereby you will be able to transact using it in your real world. You can create or generate revenue within the metaverse, and also you can use the digital asset that you are holding with your card, which is Cash FT. So the ecosystem that we have here within GYMSTREET is all-round ecosystem that will enable you to have that experience in the metaverse, and also at the same time utilizing the opportunities in the metaverse. And not only that, it will take your revenue that you have generated in the metaverse into your real world. So with that being said, all I'm saying is that there's never been at such a time as this where we have so much opportunities in the world to become financial free or to become financial successful. There has never been such an easy opportunities for us to become who we want to be or to reach our own goals when it comes to finances. So ladies and gentlemen, that's all on my side to say that you have the opportunity right here, right now, waiting for you. It's entirely up to you. What you do with it, you take advantage of it and use it, maximize it. It's up to you. I don't know about you, but if I were you, I would take action and utilize the opportunity. Thank you so much. Have an incredible weekend. Looking forward to seeing you next week. From Tuesday to Friday, we have our webinars. So please join our Telegram group, learn when you can join them, and learn from our moderators and learn more as we take advantage of this opportunity. Thank you so much from me. Bye for now. Timo.
All right. Now I'm just reading here. Crypto News has asked a few more questions. Can you give me a link for the webinar where I can win some lands? Let's cover that real quick. So I need to share the screen one more time. Come over here, and the easiest way to always come back is first of all our Linktree /Gymnet, right? So that's where you get all our social media channels combined in one place. And right here, you also find our GYMSTREET YouTube channel. So first of all, you can come here to check out everything that we are uploading. Of course, the webinar recordings from the previous weeks, you find them all here. When you come to the playlists section, you will see that they're also available in different languages. So since you're from Berlin, I figure that you would be interested in the German versions. You can also find the special webinar recordings German right here. And these are the ones that you can also attend live, of course, in order to participate in our free land raffle that we do there. And right here at the top, you find the Gymnet weekly webinars and AMA. You just come here, and there you have all the dates, you know, and you just click on it, and it will take you straight to the Zoom link. So these webinars are hosted with a Zoom meeting. So you would need to have Zoom meeting installed on your device, either your phone or your laptop, whichever you're using. And also, of course, it would make sense for you to subscribe, if you're not there yet, to our Telegram groups, at least the channel right there. And the group in English, that's, you know, where we have some mods that are constantly taking care of the community. And the other groups are more or less, you know, frequented. However, there's also a German group available, of course, where we advertise the live webinars such that you know when they take place. So yeah, if that answers your questions, regarding that, and about the internal wallet. Now, that's a very good question, actually. So look, for example, this example account that I'm using here is connected using MetaMask, right? So I'm connected here via MetaMask with my external wallet. That's how it used to be as we got started here with GYMSTREET. And at some point, since many people seem to have issues, getting an external wallet and so on and connect to our website, we decided to make an update with an internal wallet. So when you now register, you have to register an account using your email address and a password, and then you are automatically assigned an internal wallet. Now, the question here is, can I get an internal wallet when I'm an old member? A simple answer, no. That's technically not possible. So old members will have to keep using their external wallets to connect to our website. Mainly that's the case, of course, since your wallet address is already recorded in the smart contracts. And as you know, blockchain, what's written there, it's like written in stone. That's one of the, I'm not sure if it's really a downside, but it can be sometimes. Okay, so in such cases, you're less flexible when you're doing things utilizing blockchain technology, but then there's so many advantages to it, such as decentralization and so on, that it makes sense to go with it. All right, so that's that. I hope that answers your question, but if there's nothing more, I guess we can call it a day. Thank you so much for attending our live AMA session today. Make sure to come back again. We're actually thinking about changing the format, but we will let you know in the channel and the groups, of course, when and how that's going to happen, if it's going to happen, just so you know that there are some thoughts about this going on in the background as well. Well, then from my end, that's it. Again, thank you so much, Alberto. I think that was very, very valuable content that you shared with our community here today regarding, the markets, the correlation. There's a lot to learn here. So I really like this, this part from you that we started integrating here. So let's see where we go with it. From my end, that's it. Goodbye. Have a great weekend.